Hey fellas, what's going on? 1247 Greatness. Listen, fellas, it's a clear distinction, man. So I listened to a little bit of the debate last night between Jay Sean and MOT, man. But overall, fellas, and then we all know this, man. It's just time to separate. It's time to separate, like for real. It's like it's no no more lollygagging, no more having discussions. It's time to move in silence. It's time to be the special forces and just go out here in silence and just be knocking stuff down, because it's beyond a rap, man. Yeah. Once again, the black community. I mean, how much more slavery does one have to go through? How much more? Like, come on, man. Like the hypnosis. Like, listen, the spells and the hypnosis that you place upon my great grandfather and my grandfather, my father, man. That spell is wearing off. Those spells are wearing off, man. People, you know what I'm saying? We're slowly but surely getting our eyesight back. And we're seeing what's really going on, fellas. And this is not what we signed up for. This is not the mediocrity that's being produced in the black community. It's not what I signed up for. And I'm not going to participate in the foolishness. You know what I'm saying? It's just time it's time to have our own, man. It's time to reestablish ourselves as a formidable opponent. You know what I'm saying? It's no more, oh, black men this and black men. You know what I mean? We're not, listen, fellas. We're no more sleeping giants. We are no more sleeping giants. Like I said, SYSBN was basically the straw that broke the camel's back. And MGTOW ignore. We're beating down the gates. We're beating down the gates of hell. But once again, SYSBN completely bulldozed the whole concentration camp. We bulldozed over the whole thing, fellas. It's over, man. And those who practice saving themselves first and being productive, instead of being led by your penis, once again, we're gonna take things over. It's not about competing. We're gonna take it over. Like I said, we had the most talent out of any other group of men are brothers. Just look back in history, the things that our ancestors produced, are the men that produced. And once again, since the last 50 years, that you know what I'm saying, that it's been a stagnation. I mean, there was plenty of inventions being put forth 200 years ago, 100 years ago, but since 60, 60, 65, 68, man, that production has gone drastically down. Because we've been comfortable with mediocrity. We've been comfortable with just being comfortable. And always begging somebody to fix our problems when we have all the power to fix our own problems. We don't need the United States corporation fixing anything for us when we have the resources and the manpower and the mind capacity to do whatever we want to do. We can do whatever we want to do, and it don't take a lot of people to do it. And that's another thing we've been lied about. We need millions of people to make No, we don't. No, we don't. We can look at history between other groups of people. It didn't take a whole lot of people to do a whole lot of things. No, man. It doesn't even work like that in nature. Listen, in nature, you plant a seed. In order to get an apple tree, you plant a seed. You plant seeds. Nobody cuts down a whole apple tree and digs up a big old hole and plants a whole apple tree in the ground to grow apple trees. That doesn't make sense. One seed can birth a large apple tree. So it doesn't take a lot to do a lot. And that's been the lie. This is why a lot of us been stagnant. Because the black community has told us that in order to make a serious influence in this matrix that we live in, we need millions and millions and millions of people. Nah, man, that's a lie. You need a few good men to make things happen. You know, when I was in the military, I think Special Forces was called Special Forces in the Air Force moves in like a tiger team. And it's like a team of like think no more than like 5 or 6, maybe like 4 to 6 people. I think normally it's like in 4, but every person has their specialty. And these 4 people could take down a whole base. It doesn't take a lot to do a lot. But once again, we got to get out of the community mindset. Because the thing about community mindset, see, the community mindset has been placed on the productive man. The community mindset is not placed on the Pookie and Ray Ray. That's what nobody's not telling you. The community mindset has been placed on the productive so-called black man. You build us the community. You do this for us. Whatever you do goes back to us. But when we come up, none of that stuff that we do, that we come up on, goes to you. So once again, it's always in one direction. I produce. The thing is about the black community is those who are productive. Your prosperity goes back to the community. But if the community prosper, none of their monetary whatever they obtain is going to go to the productive brother. That's how it's always worked. You produce for them. They don't produce for you. So whatever little monies they get, whatever little scraps they come out with, whatever they come up with, once again, the black community does not give to the productive man. And it never has. But what you produce will, you know what I'm saying, will always go to them. And and the thing is, they're gonna shame you. They're gonna get a whole bunch of these little dusty ass men, these little dusty ass pro blacks, or these little dusty ass speakers. Oh, black men, you're supposed to get back to community. If you're not, you're a coon. Shut the fuck up, man. Are you crazy? So whatever I produced goes to whoever I wanted to go to. It doesn't go to whoever you tell me to go to. Because your skin color? You know what I'm saying? That's, fellas, once again, we gotta just, listen, continue to break out the hypnosis. Because once again, these people, once again, it's a bunch of sorcery, man. It's a bunch of lesser magic. That's all it is, man. It's a bunch of sorcery, it's a bunch of lesser magic, man. These people, once again, they speak in spells and all types of stuff, man. Like the hypnosis, when they want you to, once again, we want you to, they got the stupid little clock in your face. They want you to be hypnotized. Whatever you do, you give it back to the community. And you sitting there hypnotized. Whatever I do, I give back to the community. And they still swinging the clock in your face. But whatever we produce, we're not going to give to you. Understand? Yes, I understand. Like a dummy. These people don't care about you, man. Once again, all these people, there's more people in the so-called black community than there is productive men. I mean, shoot, like 4 times, 5 times, 10 times as much people in the black community there's men that are actually producing. So once again, the black community doesn't need me. The black community doesn't need me to do anything. Whatever I produce, whatever prosperity and success and whatever I get from the work that I do, it's gonna go to me and the people that I want to give it to. It doesn't have to go. Once again, I'm not going to be shamed anymore of giving anything to lazy people. I don't care if it's family or not. I don't care. Whatever I put my hands to do, and something good comes out of it, once again, it's not up to me to go to a bunch of lazy people and just give them all my resources. Here you go. And once again, you give them these, you know what I'm saying? You give lazy people some money. Once again, they're going to blow right through it within the first couple of days. And they're going to come right back to you asking you for more. Come on, fellas, man. Let's learn. Let's learn for what these last 50 plus years we've been through. Let's learn now. And let's move forward and the people that think just like you. Move forward with people who think like you. You don't have to be in the hypnosis anymore. We're not hypnotized anymore. Once again, you're not going to shame me to giving my resources to a bunch of lazy people. Same thing for you fellas. Stop letting a bunch of lazy people shame you into giving up your resources and your valuables and your connections to people that don't give a damn. You know? Going back to the story I told earlier, once again, you can give people you can give people a connection to millions of dollars. But once again, you call about that like, yo, bro, you say you want $1 million. Like I had somebody that had it for you. What you do with it? Oh man, I called and man, the phone was busy and man, I called, man, and the lady was asking me too many questions. I'm like, yo, this is crazy, man. But then you still complain about where you at? Anyways, I don't mean to ramble on, fellas. Like I said, man, listen. Move forward. It's time for separation. Separation is a must. Separation is not, we can't talk about separation, fellas. The more you stand around your so-called community and talking about separating, listen, man, it's not going to be good for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, to black community, the so-called black community, to me, it's like a gang. You know what I'm saying? Blood in and blood out. You know what I'm saying? Only way you're going to leave the black community is if you got to die. Like I said, fellas, stop standing around. Stop talking to big booty Keisha. Leave them hoes alone, man. Leave them hoes alone. Fellas, get your mind right. Get you a vision. Write down your vision. Write down some goals. Write down some things you want to accomplish and put your hands to the plow and go make that happen. Stop hanging around lazy and comfortable people. Once again, half of these men have been raised by women anyways. So once again, you coming back to the stupid hood with your prosperity, and somebody gonna get at you like a dummy. You gonna come to the hood in your new car and you're this and you're that and you're this, your little trinkets, and somebody who ain't eaten 2 days is about to come and get at you. You know these people don't give a damn about your life, man. They blow your brains out for your car. They blow your brains out for some Jordan sneakers, man. That's the mindset of the so-called black community. A bunch of animals, man. Once again, there's no production in the black community, man. People don't care about you producing. Like I said, they anybody that has a so-called dream in the black community, they're coming to kill it immediately. That's a mechanism in the black community. They're coming to kill your dream. Physically, emotionally, they're coming to kill it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I see these young boys, you know what I'm saying, playing basketball. Even when I was back in New York, man, some of these cats had to leave the environment that they was in because once again, you had a certain type of talent to get you out of that situation, but there's somebody who is mad and they lazy. You know what I'm saying? They mad because they wish they had the talent that you did. You actually worked in the gym. You actually worked on your craft to get you out of that whack ass situation that your parents put you in. But they don't think like that. They're like, oh man, so-and-so about to leave. Boom, let's go get them. I've seen that happen way too many times, man. Way too many times in so-called inner cities in these. I mean, it happens with crabs in the barrel. When you in a place with crabs in the barrel is the norm, fellas, you gotta run. There's no even point. Listen, if you're in this situation, if you're in these hoods, you're in these type of places, it's no even point to me. There's no point to even telling people what your dream is. Don't even tell nobody what you're doing until you actually in the safe place. Then you want to call back and tell somebody, and that's cool. But once again, if you're in a hostile environment, if you're in an animalistic type of environment, you don't tell people your dreams. Because these people are going to kill, they're going to automatically come to kill it. Either verbally or physically. And I've seen it happen way too many times. When I was back at home, I seen brothers that had crazy talent. Crazy talent. I used to play basketball. I had cats that, you know what I'm saying, that could have went Division I. But once again, got caught up in the mediocre people in the so-called black community, this, that, and the third. You got all these wag bone quishas on you all day. But now you don't have 3 kids, man. Like, that's like, yo, I've seen that way too many times, and you guys have too. You've seen in your communities in your hometown where brothers had opportunity to, you know, in your little schools to go to this place and to go to this place, and you know what I'm saying? Might have had Division I scholarships lined up, and all of a sudden they go back to the hood and they get caught up in, you know what I'm saying? You get caught up in some nonsense. And nothing happens to nobody else but the person that's the so-called superstar. Nothing happens to your cousin, nothing happens to the friend, nothing happens to nobody, but it happens to the person that has the superstar status, that has the most potential. He gets all his scholarships chopped. You know what I'm saying? All that notoriety goes down the drain because, once again, you went back to the community and people knew you were on your way somewhere, but them demons came to attach themselves to you. You got caught up in some nonsense. Now you in the same prediction. Now you in the same predicament as they are. So they're not moving and they're happy you're not moving. They celebrate it. I've heard people celebrate others' downfall. I've heard it. I heard men and women say, yo, so-and-so was on their way to do this, that, and the third, but man, I effed them up real bad. Now they can't go. Ha, ha, ha. I've heard this, and you heard it too. You heard people laugh when other people fail. And so in the black community, you heard this. You heard this, fellas. You heard this, ladies. Old girl was on her way to go to some type of acting school, some type of journalism school. Then she got hooked up with this stupid boy. Now she pregnant somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Once again, like, what are we telling our children? Listen. You know, I'm seeing some of these hoods, you know what I'm saying, single mother got 5, 6 kids, and all her kids are dead. Once again, how are your kids dead? Why does one child, listen, after one child dies, I think it's time for you to roll. But now you don't let 4 of your sons die. That's what I'm saying. Nobody cares about the black man like that, man. Nobody cares about you, fellas. Nobody cares about you, man. The black community, to me, is a cancer. It's a cancer, man. And you fellas need to leave as soon as possible, man. Go somewhere else that you've never been to before. Go somewhere that people go somewhere fresh that nobody knows you. And the thing is, truthfully, me tell you this. Normally, 9 times out of 10, when you go somewhere with your dreams that nobody knows you, once again, people are going to be receptive to that. And that's the craziest thing. Like, you can move, like I said, I'm in the DMV, the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. I got dreams and stuff like that. But the thing is, I can prosper more here because nobody really knows me. You know what I'm saying? You go overseas with the same dreams, the same aspiration, people are going to accept that because nobody knows you. You know what I'm saying? Just like in the Bible when it says, like, Jesus had to move away from where his parents were because people didn't believe in his dreams. People didn't believe. And when people don't believe in you, 9 times out of 10, they're going to destroy you. But anyways, man, I've been rambling on, man. Fellas, it's time to separate. It's basically just time to separate. No ands, ifs, or buts. Like, share, and subscribe. You guys have a good day. Peace.